Preparing for situational interviews, in case you have an interview for a data privacy, data protection role. Now, it's important that you are not looking at very scripted type of questions when you're preparing, because at the end of the day, the hiring manager wants to know that if he hires you, you can hit the ground running because you're familiar with these sort of scenarios and situations. So you need to be very prepared to give specific situations. Don't give generic responses. For example, let's say you have a question like, what would you do if you were hired and that organization was looking to expand into a new territory, a new location, a new jurisdiction, and it was your responsibility to support the business? What would you do? How you would answer that, one would be that a DPIA would be one thing to look at. So if the organization already has a process, and that is something that you would look at, and so you will support the organization. So you tell them that, oh yes, this is something I've done before. And an example was maybe, let's say, my previous organization was looking to get to expand into maybe Latin America as an example. And so what I did was to do some research around the requirements. So maybe there were any data localization considerations to be made. And again, just to see what we have or what the organization has in place to ensure that they are compliant. So a DPI is just a data protection impact assessment tool, which again will help you to highlight any risks which needs to be made taken into consideration. And so that would be something that you would use. So you give a particular situation and the steps that you took, the action at the end of the day, and the results. So your situational interviews should be very specific. Remember the STAR approach.